Hey there everybody and welcome. In this exciting new tutorial, we are going to cover the ins and outs of text-based editing in Adobe Premiere Pro. Text-based editing is a fantastic new feature that just was released in 2023 in which you can actually highlight and select various texts from your voiceover or a video clip with audio, dialogue, etc. and actually edit that clip using that dialogue. So let's go ahead and get started. To do this, I'm going to switch from my Essentials workspace down to my text-based editing workspace. Again, you can do that through the Window tab. This is a really nice workspace in which I can kind of, see my transcript when I import it in, as well as still have access to my timeline and whatnot. I'm going to take this intro sequence of me introducing a class to my UCF students, and I'm going to drag it into the new screen. Now, in this sequence, I've done, I think, a pretty decent job, but there's a lot of extra words, and I do repeat myself sometimes, as well as use the word so, and I want to kind of remove those without having to typically go through and edit things. So let's go ahead and listen to this clip, and then we'll go ahead and learn how to transcribe it.
Hey there, everybody. My name is Matt Dombrowski, and I'm going to be your professor for this semester. This is GRA 4802 Motion Design. This class is really unique as we come together with half animators and half graphic designers to learn the amazing process of visual storytelling through motion. This class is going to be really unique because we're going to cover everything from animation to logo design and animation to how to create dynamic social media videos to elevate your visual storytelling through animation. So sit back and let's get started by checking out your modules pages in the Start Here module, and then I will see all of you on our Friday Zoom stream. Look forward to a great semester and have a good one.
All right, so immediately when I drop this in, you'll notice I have a transcript panel in which I can now transcribe the audio I just spoke. So I'm going to go ahead and hit transcribe, and behind the scenes, it's going to kind of capture all of that transcription. Now, this is typical to what Premiere Pro used to be able to do. You would take a transcription and then you would turn it into closed captioning, which is great. You can still do that. But what I'm going to do is first edit my text, and then I'm going to actually edit it more. I'm going to actually edit my timeline through my text using text-based editing. So typically my last name doesn't get spelled correctly, but even though I'll give them credit, that's pretty nice. And then I have the acronym to the class that is not right. And everything else looks pretty clean. These little dots are going to denote pauses in your speech. So again, if you pause or you say or quite a bit, you can go ahead and remove those at your whim. Now, what I'm going to do first is remove what I like to call the millennial pause that my generation typically does at the beginning of videos. So I'm going to right click, and here's where it becomes unique. By right clicking on a specific piece of text, I now have the ability to yes, correct that text, but also cut it, copy, paste it, delete it, ripple delete, which will basically delete it and push everything forward and close the gap in my timeline. So if you look very closely here, it's actually highlighting with an in and out point the top of my screen. And that in and out point is found right here. Now, if we lifted it or extracted it, we could actually pull this piece out and insert it somewhere else. I want to go ahead and right click and hit ripple delete, or you can use backspace. Now that I have that in here, there's a few moments in which I want to kind of clean up. Now, rather than going through, and I'm going to hit quickly mute, but rather than going through here and editing these little tidbits with the, the Control K or the razor tool, I'm going to go ahead and ensure that I use editing to do that. Now, I need to unmute my video because I need to get back to that transcript. So one of the things I say twice is really unique. So I say really unique right here, and then I go ahead and I believe I say it again at the sentence above it. This class is really unique. And so I'm going to take the second really out by just highlighting that. And you can click and drag like you're in your normal text editor. If you double click, you'll go to editing mode. And I'm going to right click and say ripple delete. So that's going to get rid of that word. And now
It's going to be unique because we're going to cover everything from
it cuts pretty well. The next thing I want to do, elevate your visual storytelling, I want to remove through animation. So I'm going to highlight that, right click, and hit ripple delete. Again, I'll have a little pause here, so let's see how that reads.
Elevate your visual storytelling. So sit back and let's get started by...
So let's take this so sit back and out and just dive right into the let's get started. And now let's flow this out.
Visual storytelling. Let's get started by checking out your modules pages in the Start Here module, and then I will see all of you on our Friday Zoom stream. Look forward.
So things look really good. I'm going to remove that last little pause, and let's just double check it.
Look forward to a great semester and have a good one.
Perfect. So in a matter of a few seconds, let's look at the timeline. It's gone ahead and made the essential cuts based only off of my transcript. What's really great right now is I didn't have to go down here and do a thing. And, I can go ahead and change the names. I could capture if I have different speakers. I could isolate and copy and paste one speaker to be in different orders. This is a really game-changing tool. And I can also go back to my captions menu and create subtitles to create that accessible moment. All of this can happen in a matter of minutes. Here we go. Now we have a transcript. You can take these transcripts and you can export them for various different types of screen readers or accessibility options at your need. So again, this is a really cool, amazing feature in which, I strongly recommend everyone play around with. And I hope you enjoyed this lesson. It's not a very long one, but it's a really important one for the future of editing. And again, just streamlining not only the design process, but creating a more accessible future. Thanks everyone, and have a good one.